Hi, I'm John Clark. I'm a postural alignment specialist certified by the Ecise Institute to teach postural therapy. Today, we're going to be talking about an Ecise called air bench. Air bench is a great exercise for strengthening your legs as well as making your upper body get into more upright alignment. So let's talk about the air bench Ecise. The air bench is one of the great things about air bench is that you don't need any special equipment to do it. All you need is a wall and a flat floor. Depending on the surface, you might want to wear shoes, you might not. You really just need to make sure that your feet aren't going to slip. So, I'm going to start air bench by going back against the wall to the best of my ability, making sure that my shoulders and my head are against the wall. If you can't get your head even against the wall, you might need to talk to a certified postural alignment specialist like me in order to find out what substitutions you can do or what exercises you can do to eventually get to where your head can go against the wall. Same with the shoulders. If I got one shoulder off the wall and I just can't even get the other one back, that's a problem. This exercise isn't for you. It's a little bit too advanced. You just need to figure out some exercises that will get you there. But assuming you can get your head and your shoulders against the wall, you're going to get your feet hip width apart. So that's a little more than one of your fists width apart. And you're going to start working your feet away from the wall. Now, the ideal position here is to have your feet just a little bit in front of your knees. So if you can see here, my knees would hit right about here, my ankles are here. So right now they're about 2 or 3 inches in front of my knees. That's a great place to start. Now, also, look carefully at my feet. I'll zoom in on it if I can on that video. You notice that my big toes aren't pointing straight ahead. If your big toes are pointing straight ahead, your feet are actually everted or duck-footed. I need those big toes pointing slightly in, and that line between my second and third toes pointing straight ahead, right at the camera there. Now, once I make sure that my knees are at the proper width and my toes or my feet are pointing straight ahead, I can work down. You really want to try to get down to where your hips and knees are about level. This is a very tough exercise. When I first started out, this was 3 years ago, mind you, when I first started out doing this exercise, I could barely get to about right here, and it was very strenuous for me. I could only hold it for like 15, maybe 20 seconds. Now I can get down closer to that completely level, knees and hips, and I can hold this, depending on the day, sometimes for 45 seconds or a minute or two. The book says up to 3 minutes. Now, that's a very tough thing to do. Don't expect that you'll even be able to reach the 1 minute mark for most people to begin with. There is some modifications to this exercise. If you find that your knees are just really wobbly, even before your muscles really get tired, you just don't have the stability in your hips and knees to keep them there, you might want to throw a block or a pillow between your legs, something like this or like this, and that can help to stabilize your knees if you're finding that you're in that really unstable position. Whew. This is a very tough exercise. Whew. Now, once you get really good at this exercise, you can go into what's called a decline air bench, even for some people. And that's where you take your hips below your knees. We're putting the arms up behind the head for extra stability in the upper spine. And we go down like here. Now, my kind of routine is I do the air bench for a little bit. I go into decline air bench, I hold it, and eventually I get tired enough, I just slip down to the ground very slowly. You should not expect to be able to do this exercise right away. Very tough. At least not for the full time of 1 to 3 minutes.